Hi guys, this is Michelle and I am back with my October update. So let me give you my stats. Let's see, how do I want to do this? Let me just say that I had a 6-month supervised diet. At the start of that I was like 186.8, and then I had surgery on January 4th of 2017. And on the day of surgery, I was like 256.8, something like that. So as of today, I am 174. So that means that I have lost 78 pounds since surgery. I have lost 113 pounds since the start of the whole process, and I've lost 146 pounds down from my all-time highest weight. And for the month, I am down 5 pounds. So if you watched my update video last month, the month of partying, which was all September, because it was my birthday month and it was fantastic, I had said that my goal for October was to lose at least 5 pounds, but I was hoping for 10 pounds. 5 to 10 pounds is what I wanted. And so I ended up with 5 pounds. So I reached my goal. I'm very happy with that. October, I had a lot of really good strong points and strong moments. I didn't stay on plan as much as I had hoped that I would, but I still did a really good job. October was much better than September and even better than August, I believe. So it was one of my best months in terms of the amount of time that I spent on track versus the amount of time I spent off track. I had a lot of intermittent fasting in there, and I did do my 5-day fasting mimicking diet. Well, it's not mine, but I did a video in the past talking about it. It's a diet that Dr. Walter Lungo has developed. Anyway, it's pretty much vegan, low calorie, low carb, low protein for 5 days. So I did that at one time, and then I also did do a 60-hour water fast. Shh, please. Okay, I hope that I'm going to be able to do this video without them barking. Okay, so I feel really strong and confident in myself, and so because of that, I have decided to whip out my calendar again. Someone asked me, I think it was for this month, why I don't just do my calendar again, and I wasn't in the mood for it. I have to be in the mood for the calendar, and then sometimes even when I think I'm in the mood, it turns out that I am not. Because this isn't going to exactly be the same as my calendar challenge before, the other times. I have been motivated by Grace Gets Gastric and also Foodie Turned Sleevy, who is doing the Carnivore 75 Hard. Grace is doing her own version of the 75 Hard. She's only just started. But I'm still motivated from when she did the 75 Hard before and actually completed it successfully, 75 straight days of hard stuff. I mean, wow, that's amazing. So I have decided I'm not doing 75 days, and I'm not doing the Carnivore 75 days or the regular 75 days hard. I've made up my own things, and like I said, if you've watched me, I've done stuff like this before where I thought that I was going to be motivated to be really strict, and what always happened was it ended up making me just want to self-sabotage. And I think the reason that happened a couple of times now is because I wasn't on track, and then I decided to do this challenge in order to force myself to be on track. Which sounds like a good idea in theory, but I think that's why it never worked. Instead, how about start from a strong point? I'm already on track. I'm already feeling really good and confident and motivated about my weight loss for October and about how I've been doing recently. And so because of that, I'm already motivated. And so I think that I'm going to be able to do this. So what am I going to be doing? So first of all, this is only going to be for 19 days because on the 20th day of November, I am headed back to Vegas again. There's a reason behind that trip. It wasn't planned, but I'll tell you about that later on in a different update. But so what I'm going to be doing, and I started yesterday, are 5 things that I've made up for myself. So let me talk about the first two. The 2 of the harder things that are going to be for me. So one of them is 1 mile a day every day. So at first I was going to do a workout or do this or do that, but I just thought, let me just make it simple, 1 mile a day, either on my treadmill or outside. So the point of that is I already walk around a lot. I have my Fitbit. I'm in step bets all the time. Right now I'm in 3 different step bets at the same time. So I do always get steps in every day, but you know, they're walking around my house. They're not all at the same time. And so the purpose of this is that I have to take some time out every single day to get on my treadmill or go outside and walk that 1 mile. Now, if I'm on my treadmill, I also plan on doing arm weights and arm exercises and things during that time, as long as I hadn't done it the day before. So like pretty much every other day, I'm going to be doing arm weights. I already don't hold on to the treadmill when I'm walking, so it's no big deal to hold on to the weights the entire time that I'm walking, and then do like bicep curls and then all types of other, you know, shoulder press or pulls or whatever you call these things. Just do a whole bunch of different arm things, which is what I did yesterday for my workout while I'm working out. So 1 mile a day, no matter what. Cannot go to bed until I do that 1 mile a day. 2 liters of water. I hate to admit, you know, water used to be one of the easiest things for me. I have been struggling so much with that. And even last night, it was so hard to get that 2 liters of water in yesterday. So 2 liters of water every day without fail. It's like, I know people are drinking a gallon of water a day. I don't know how they do it. Anyway, 2 liters of water. The other kind of difficult thing is 7 hours sleep. So that's what I'm always trying to get. And when I say 7 hours of sleep, I mean according to my Fitbit that I actually had 7 hours of sleep, not that I've been in bed for 7 hours. That has recently been hard because I've started getting into the habit of going to bed too late. Because I've been working insanely long hours, that then I get off work and I still want to get stuff done, and then before I know it, it's like 11 o'clock or midnight or something like that. So 7 hours of sleep. So these are simple things, but they're things that I just have not been consistently doing. 50 net carbs, that's usually always my goal. That's going to be the easiest thing. Okay, my camera just ran out of space, so I had to go through and delete a whole bunch of stuff. And I've completely lost my train of thought. But I know I was explaining all the 5 things. So the point is that I'm going to do all 5 of those things every single day without fail for the next 19 days. And so as I was putting stars on my calendar, I realized, wait a minute, I don't need to put stars on here because it's all or nothing. Either I did it or I didn't do it, and I don't need to put stars there. So what I'm doing instead is putting some of my stats on each one of these days, which I will end. So today is Saturday, today is November 2nd. I started this yesterday. Every week every week this month I will be doing an update. So I'm going to come to you every Saturday. Oh, I'm going to record the video on Saturday. Not sure when I might get a chance to release it. But then I'm going to talk about the previous week and how I did and give you an average of the different things, like what my average carbs were, what my average sleep was, all of that stuff. But since I have a little bit of data for today and yesterday, let's talk about where I'm starting at. So I started off on Friday. So Friday I got 7 hours and 13 minutes of sleep. Today I got 7 hours and 30 minutes of sleep. That was good. On Friday, I ended the day with exactly 50 net carbs. Ooh, I was cutting it close there. Yeah, I had some wine. I wanted some more, but then I ran out of carbs, so there we go. See, it's already working. Today's not over yet, so I don't know what my net carbs are for the day. with my working out. So let's see. Oh, let me talk about my fasting. Yesterday I fasted for 15 hours before I ate my first food, and this morning I fasted for 15.7 hours before I ate my first food of the day. So my goal is really only 14 hours. And then my 1 mile. So I'm going to keep track of how long it takes me to get my 1 mile in. And so over the course of these 19 days, my goal is to steadily get better and better and better. I have not stepped on my treadmill in months. Probably since, when did is it June or something? June or July I had workout every single day. Yeah, I haven't worked out pretty much since then. There we go. And so I wasn't sure where I was going to start, how fast I was going to be walking. And so for day number 1, it took me 22 minutes and 49 seconds to get my 1 mile in. I'm also going to be running a little bit in little sprints, intervals while I am walking. I didn't do that at all on Friday because I wasn't sure how I even was going to feel. But I did start doing that today. So today I just ran 3 times for 1 minute during the time I was trying to get my mile in. And so today it took me 19 minutes and 38 seconds to get my 1 mile in. So already in a day, I've shaved off 3 minutes. So I'm really excited to see where I am at the end of the month in terms of how fast I can get that mile in. And my goal is to try to beat the day before. So yeah, let's see how that works. And yeah, that's really all I need to say. Thank you guys for watching. And like I said, I'm going to report back every single week to let you know how I'm doing. Bye. Okay guys, my camera stopped recording in the middle of my video, and I came back and recorded the rest of this video, but now when I just went back and watched everything, I realized that there was a part that was left out. So it turns out that it completely left out when I was talking about what my 5th goal is for the month, and that is intermittent fasting 14 hours. Which probably does kind of sound a little bit odd. Most people who are like really into the intermittent fasting try to do the 16 hours. So that's 16, no food 16 hours from when you eat your last meal. And then you have an 8-hour eating window. And I do think that that is probably a really great idea. However, because of my schedule, that is just not going to work for me. I think if I got off at a more consistent time, it would. But even though I start around the same time every day, I never, ever, ever know what time I'm going to finish work. And I work 10 to 14-hour days, and I never know what to expect or what time. And so sometimes I do eat pretty late. And even like, for example, tonight, I'm going out to dinner, a murder mystery thing, which I've never done before, so I'm doing that with my family. And it doesn't even start until 7:30. Now, I work tomorrow morning. So because of that, I'm going to be eating late tonight. And then if I have to try to struggle through the first part of work while I'm waiting 16 hours to eat, that's always a recipe for failure for me, because I often do wake up hungry, not always, but sometimes. So I decided, this is long and rambly, that instead of 16 hours, I'm going to do 14 hours. Really, I think, 12 hours is really the minimum that anyone should do. So I think 14 hours is still good. So for intermittent fasting, my goal is no food for 14 hours from when I stop eating the night before to when I start the next day. There we go. So that's the part that was chopped out of my video. So just in a second, you're going to hear me again talk about my camera stopping. So that was the original portion that was in there.